Good morning, good afternoon, good evening to the Degens of Degenheim. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for stopping by. We actually have such an important guest here today. Niche is from Pocket Universe, and it's actually a Chrome extension that is used. It's free, completely free, and it's used to help protect you from all these scams, these bad actors, and all of this stuff. And today, Niche has actually been kind enough to carve out some time out of his busy schedule and do an actual like walkthrough AMA kind of like demo thing right here. So hey Nish, how you doing today?
Yeah, really well, thanks. First of all, thanks for having me here, Azurko. I appreciate you setting up the time and I guess letting me share this, security tool with everyone.
Yeah, hell yeah. I'm very happy to have you here and very happy to hear that you're having a great day and everything like that. If you want to, you can just go roll right into it and I'll just kind of sit back and I'll ask some questions here and there. And if people pop in and ask questions, I'll kind of be monitoring, the chat and everything like that. So feel free to go ahead.
Cool. Yeah, sounds good. I guess like the one sentence summary of what we do is we just protect you from wallet draining
Hmm.
scams. What will happen is like I guess I'll do a walkthrough in just a second. But basically, we built this tool that pops up before your wallet pops up, and it tells you exactly what you're signing before you sign that transaction. So if it's a scam, there'll be a big red warning. If it's a normal transaction, you'll see, one NFT coming into your wallet and zero point zero 0.08 ETH like leaving your wallet. We just make it super clear what you're signing before you actually sign it, which has just been a huge problem because like every single week, millions of dollars get stolen in NFTs from these wallet drainers, right? And these scams. So sweet, why don't I
Niche,
just give you a quick
Niche, quick
look?
question though. Like, do you have any kind of
Mhm.
like numbers about like ish like what you like the amount of like dollars or ETH like that's actually stolen by people from? I mean, I'm sure it's hard to like kind of get gauged, but I'm curious like how high up is the number? Is it like pretty damn bad?
Yeah, I
I
mean
would
it is
assume
pretty bad.
so.
And so it fluctuates week to week depending on how big of a scam like gets put out there. But I think like in the last few months there have been like many weeks where it's like over $1 million, like which is
Jeez.
absolutely insane
I'm
because
sure it
it's
has a
not like
lot to
they're
do with like
selling.
hype mints coming out too, because as always, people are gonna like kind of prey on like big mints that people are FOMOing and not really thinking about.
Yeah, exactly. There's like a lot of spam out there to like pretend to be these hyped mints. There are also just like projects which are intentionally, malicious as well. Like I forgot what they were called, but there was a project just 2 days ago which ended up like instead of minting, basically it would steal your funds from your wallet. So yeah, some of them are more intentionally evil as well. But there are just so many, and yeah, millions of dollars a week is
It's
the scale that we're
crazy,
talking
man,
about. It's crazy.
and preventable. That's what's so frustrating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly why we built Poke Universe in the first place, to be honest. It was that much of a problem. We were like, hey, someone has to do something about this.
Well, we appreciate it.
No stress. All right, let me do a quick demo. So I've just been scrolling through my Twitter notifications, and this, I don't know if you get this like often, but I get this every single day.
Oh yeah.
It's like tagged in some scam thing. I'm just going to use it as an example. So I'm clicking on this pretty fearlessly, but like maybe you guys should be a bit more careful about this. So I think I've been on this website before actually because they keep tagging you in the same ones. I'm going to click claim and okay, here we go. This gives you an idea of what happens. They spam you with transactions which try to steal your tokens. And this particular one is trying to steal like my Zen Academy token and it's trying to say like, hey, can I withdraw all of your Zen Academy tokens? So I'm going to reject that. And it spams more like different types of scams at you basically. Um, and yeah, I mean this is just how Pocket Universe works. It pops up before a transaction actually happens and lets you know what's going to happen in that transaction before it hits your wallet. So if I press continue here, it will send it over to my wallet. If I press reject, it'll close that transaction. And I actually have two pop-ups here because I'm testing a beta version of Pocket Universe as well. So let me disable that real quick um, and refresh it. But yeah, hopefully that gives you a good idea of just like how it works. I'll do another quick click through just so that we can see it go to the wallet as well without having two. Okay, so it was one queued. It's trying to steal my goon here. I'm gonna press continue. And this is what you would see in your wallet like normally, which is just like unreadable stuff, right? It looks like an OpenSea transaction, if anything, because they use Seaport like the standard, which is what OpenSea uses for selling NFTs. And what this actually does, like what Pocket Universe just said, is basically it takes your NFT, sells it to the scammer for 0 ETH in return, and that's how you lose your assets. Which is pretty crazy. So yeah, that's just a quick overview. And yeah, whenever you reject the transactions on these websites, they just spam you with more, like over and over again.
Yep.
Which is pretty annoying, horrible, and they get too many people. Like this one, for example, tries to get all my DAI in my wallet.
So like on those things, it's always like a specific like thing that they're targeting, or is it sometimes just like, you know, like right here, it's like I see all these going through. It's like, oh, it's targeting just your Zen Academy and stuff like that. But is it like you know, like is it only like, is it like inside the contract? It's like looking for specific NFTs, like, you know, ones that are actually worth a damn, or is it, you know, usually just like, you know, just a wallet drainer?
Oh, so there are different types. So some of them work in the sense that the website will scan your wallet, look for high value NFTs, and specifically ask for those collections, and they can withdraw every single one in that collection if you accepted that transaction. The Seaport one that I just clicked through and showed you, that one works slightly differently, where they look for collections you sold on OpenSea before, and they're able to basically request or like
I see what you're
attempt
saying.
to steal everything that you've traded on OpenSea before. So yeah, there are a few different types of these scams. I have like a list of them if you're interested, like a basically like docs on like how these scams work. But yeah, there are a bunch of different types and they work in different ways. And the scammers really just spam them at people to see what works.
It's crazy. Yeah, I would definitely would love to see like a write up or whatever you were just talking about, to just kind of learn about all that, because I do a lot of, you know, VCs and spaces that I'd love to be more educated, so I can kind of help, you know, pass down the knowledge down to other people, from you to me to them.
Yeah, sounds good. I'm happy to link it to you after this.
Awesome.
Sweet. I mean, yeah, that's like the quick like overview of what Poker Universe does. Basically, like we protect people from these scams, make sure you know what you're signing, and I mean, just because it's been such a big problem like in the space, like a lot of people have just like taken a liking to what we've built really, and I think we're protecting like 12,000-ish people now, which is yeah, kind of like amazing for us, but also like I'm super happy just to know that people are safe from these like scams, which seem to just claim more and more victims every single day.
Yeah, it's too bad. It's actually like, it seems like such a low number for what like people should be. It should be kind of like, oh, you got an OpenSea account, oh, you got Pocket Universe. Like, I feel like it almost should be like that. I don't know what it
Yeah,
is,
yeah. I
and
mean,
people are
I
just,
think over time.
yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, yeah, and especially with the NFT market cooling down as well, I think people are like, I guess less active in the space. But I imagine over time, especially whenever like it sort of like turns up again, I think people will be looking for protection like this a lot more, as there's more and more attention in the space as well.
Definitely.
Awesome. I mean, that's the quick overview. Yeah, I guess like what would be helpful for me to go through now? I'm happy to do whatever helps you guys here, and whatever I guess like helps the recording as well. Yeah, let me know
Honestly,
what direction you
honestly, would
take.
just love to like hear about kind of like, you know, your like past, like what like got you into this, and you know, like what made you be like, oh, hey, like let's do this like idea, let's make this Chrome extension. Were you guys the first people? Did someone come to you, or did you get scammed one time and you're like, we need to do something about this?
Sure. Yeah. I mean, I'm happy to talk about like my background or like just the project's background as well. Maybe just starting with the project's background. So it's Justin and I who are the co-founders of Poker Universe, and I think it was in March where the like Bored Ape Yacht Club basically like airdropped ApeCoin to their holders, and I think the day before that airdrop happened, something like $1 or $2 million was stolen from people purely from those like Twitter like spam links. And that was just crazy, right? These are people who, aren't super into NFTs. They just got into the, yacht club. And they're basically thinking that like, oh, I found like the link to claim my airdrop. Clicking these links and then losing their apes within like a space of a few minutes. Just because like, yeah, it's just so confusing when you sign things in MetaMask, they don't really tell you what's going on. So we saw like $1 or $2 million get stolen, and we were just like, okay, that's ridiculous. Someone should actually do something about this. So yeah, we just decided to build like an easy tool for people to use so that they don't get scammed by things like that. And we didn't come up with a good solution for a few months, but in June or July, I think it was, that's when we like released the first version of Pocket Universe. And yeah, we were the first like transaction simulator out there.
Is there anybody else out there that does like something similar to this? Does I think like maybe does Revoke have something?
Yeah, I think a bunch of different ones have started popping up. Revoke has something that works like slightly differently, but it's also pretty good to like just have there. Actually, a lot of people use both Revoke and Arctool to be honest, just to be like extra safe, I guess. But yeah, like there are a bunch popping up now. But yeah, we were the first like simulator out there back in June, I think it was.
Yeah, nice. Another thing I was gonna ask is that like, like what are some of the things that you guys are doing? So like right now, like how are you guys like looking to scale this like up a little bit more, or is there not too much more that you can do for this? I'm just kind of curious because like, everyone's trying to like advance and trying to like make more, different kinds of scams out there, that are just like, more I don't know how to describe it, like, more advanced and like, they keep on
Mhm.
innovating as far as like getting smarter with them. Like, is there other things that are starting to come out? Do you guys like hear about new scams that every day where you guys are like, oh shit, like we need to like kind of like update our our platform so that we can start picking up on this?
Yeah, I mean that's one thing we do is just like keep an ear to the ground when it comes to new scams. So like for example, I'm in a few like security groups. Every time someone tells us about a new scam, we'll just build like a hotfix for that. That day. That's like the number one priority, right? To keep people safe. But to be honest, like new scams don't come out that often. Like these scammers really just spam the same old sort of tricks at people, and their methodology is very much like a shotgun tactic, where they just try to spam it out there and catch whoever is willing to bite. So they're not super like innovative. They're not super like technical people. They're just looking to get a quick buck and get out, right?
Absolutely.
But whenever there is a new scam, we do just like make sure that we're on top of it, make sure that people are safe. And at this point, we're covering it like every sort of like transaction-based scam there is out there, at least in the NFT space. I haven't been as deep into DeFi recently, but yeah, the NFT people that we have are like basically fully covered.
Right.
From a transaction scam point of view, like we don't cover seed phrases and that kind of stuff at all, but from like transactions and making sure you know what you're signing, like we got you covered there.
That's awesome. And I was gonna ask something else about, so right now it's only for Chrome extension. Do you guys have something for, for people who like to mint on cell phones, for mobile
Yeah,
use?
yeah. Actually, we're beta testing like a mobile like protection right now. Basically, it's like a custom RPC node
Mm-hmm.
that'll block like malicious transactions if you try to do it through mobile. So we're beta testing that now with like I think like 50 or so people. We'll have it out for people probably in the next few weeks.
Oh, very cool. And that's like the biggest differentiation between the premium and just like the free version, correct? Is that just mobile use, or is there other features that are included?
Oh, so right now there's just one extra feature. So like our like viewpoint when it comes to like security is that like security should be kind of free and like or accessible to everyone basically, right? We want everyone to be safe. But certain people like really want features like speed or other like quality of life things on top. So we built like features uh, that cater towards people who wanted to snipe NFTs securely, for
Mm-hmm.
example. And so one of the premium features we have right now is a feature where it does the check, it does a security check very quickly, it doesn't pop up, so it does it in the background, and so it lets you snipe much faster on whichever websites you're sniping on while still being safe. So yeah, it's like security is free, but speed is like the premium tier for the extension right now. At least that's our sort of philosophy at the moment.
Cool, because I feel like the only like negative thing people say about Pocket Universe is that they're like, it's like annoying because it like pops up and stuff. And I was like always kind of wondering, I was like, so like you get one extra pop up that you just have to click like accept or like, approve it or whatever just to keep you safe. Like I never really understood that, but I can understand it for sniping that like when they're trying to, buy an NFT quickly, like during some high volume, some big time momentum, then I could see that being an issue. But that's like you're basically saying that you guys are like working with that, and the premium is really not even that expensive, correct?
Yeah. So we just made it $5 a month for now, because I mean we're just gonna build like a bunch of features and as we go, because we didn't like wait to like build five different things and release it. We're very much like proponents of like, hey, launch early, make sure you build utility as you go, and listen to people like what people want and build what they want. So we just put it out for $5 a month, um, just so that we can get started and build what people want to see.
Have you guys partnered with any projects to like kind of maybe where you can like provide a community with like free access to the premium, but then and in return it like basically kind of gets you guys a little bit more out there? Because I feel like when you're like telling me a number. You're saying like 12,000 active users currently.
Hmm.
I feel like that's like kind of like low for what you guys are providing. It's like I keep on saying it's like I feel like everybody should be really like we should be all about this, and I kind of don't understand why they're not. But that's like I was just curious. Do you guys ever do that with any projects?
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Actually, I'm happy to set something up with Diegenheim if you're interested. Like, we can
Yeah,
give away some free premium trials, basically. Happy to do that. Yeah.
yeah, absolutely. I was just thinking that we could maybe do something maybe for some of the if anybody here right now is kind of like interested, maybe we could get some people trying it out and maybe hear some feedback because like I just like think that like it's like too good. Like there's so many free analytical tools and people pay like tons of money for tools and like all this stuff and like protection is just like I mean, damn, like it's just so important. I like try to preach about it all the time and I always try to tell people that there are no dumb questions. It's like the only dumb question or stupid question is the one you just don't ask. And like I feel like so many times people like post getting scammed, they're sitting there being like, "Wow, I didn't know that's what that meant," and I thought I understood, but I could have just asked this question to someone, and here I am. I have no NFTs now, and it's like it's such a like a hard like pill to swallow, you know?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I've just seen it happen to too many people at this point. Like the classic scenario is like there's a well-established project. It might even imagine it's just Diegenheim, right? And then for whatever reason, like one of the mods gets compromised, something happens, and they basically post, well, the hackers post an announcement post saying like, hey, like surprise everyone, we have this free claim airdrop for you, just for the first 300 people in the server who click this. Good luck and please have fun with
Yeah,
this, right? They just post some like baity, FOMO-y kind of post like that. And because it's in a like well-known server, people don't suspect it as much, and they really get excited, right? If
yeah,
anything, they get super excited, right? Especially if there's only 300 spots.
yeah,
So people
exactly.
rush to click this link, and they just feel massive FOMO. They're clicking as fast as they can, and that's how people get scammed because they're just like rushing through, not doing the checks, trusting it because it's in like a well-known Discord server or a well-known coming from a well-known Twitter account. It's crazy how many Twitter accounts have been hacked in the last few months. And that's how people get scammed, right? That's like one of the big ways I would say. I mean, so many people's Twitters have been hacked. Like Gabriel from Digi Daigaku got hacked recently. In the
Yeah,
past, like Zeneca, Franklin,
yeah. I
Franklin's
remember the
board,
Zeneca one happened.
DK. Like it's just crazy, man. Like how many hacks like this happen, and how many people just get wrecked by FOMOing into scams, basically.
For those guys that are getting their Twitter, like what kind of process is going through? Are they just like clicking on something, getting socially engineered, something like for Zeneca? Like was he just accidentally clicked something, or like how did that actually kind of go down? Because I'm curious, like for people out there that don't really know about it, that would like to know because that would suck. Because like I would feel.
Mhm.
I would feel terrible if I lost all my NFTs, but I'd feel even worse if my account got hacked and it caused other people to lose NFTs. Like that would be way harder pill to swallow, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the main one is people using, I think it's like SMS two-factor authentication for their Twitter, and then the scammers basically like call up your mobile provider if you're in the US, and they socially engineer their way into like switching out your SIM to another phone so that they can get your 2FA. And yeah, I mean, they've just done this to so many people at this point. It's pretty crazy. So don't, if you're like becoming a like large figure in the space, like don't use SMS 2FA. Even right now, I think just use like Google authentication or a better form of like 2FA, because that's how all of these accounts really have been getting hacked.
Right.
Uh, so yeah, I mean, thankfully, like when this stuff happens, like a lot of people post about, you can see on our Twitter wall, for example, that people say like, hey, like just saw that this was a scam from Pocket Universe, and they spread it to their friends, and I think that's how like a lot of our um, sort of users react when something like this happens, and it ends up protecting more people because they post it everywhere and let people know that it's a scam, and then also let people know that hey, you can probably use this tool to keep yourself safe as well. Um, so at least like we've got some sort of like defense at this point now.
Yeah, no, definitely. Very cool stuff. And like I said, I really appreciate. I know it's been like a short little presentation, but sometimes security. And I think the beautiful thing is it's not complicated, And I feel like that's kind of like the barrier to a lot of people trying to either stay safe or just be smart in the space is just like how many steps they have to do certain things. Like Pocket Universe is as easy as going to the Chrome store and literally downloading it, and then you're literally safe. But
Yeah, yeah. I mean, we just wanted to make it as easy as possible. Like, security shouldn't be hard. That's like the core part of like what we believe
is
Web3 is going to be in the future. Like,
hmm
it just shouldn't be hard.
is there a way to like do some kind of added level of security for Discord? You know, if you're getting these like messages from people and they have links in it, is there any possible way to do? I know it's like against terms of service for Discord to do, some extra, some like add-on apps, like to do something like I'm wondering if there's an added way because like I feel like a lot of stuff is either a like someone gets hacked and then they start posting announcements, or they're getting some messages. They join a server and they're really like hyped up project, and someone sends them messages like, hey, like get on the whitelist here. Here's an easy way. All you have to do is connect your wallet and boom, you lose all your NFTs. Is there any possible way that you
Hmm.
to work with Discord by chance?
Yeah, yeah. Actually, this is something that we're probably going to do like relatively soon, actually. So right now, for example, we're working on a URL checker so that every time we detect a scam, we can
Awesome.
like mark that URL as like a malicious URL. And so people can report URLs as well. And so we've got a bit of a community thing going through the tool. And then on top of that, what we can do is build a Discord bot which monitors messages in the Discord. And for every URL that gets sent, we can check that against like our list of malicious URLs, basically. And the bot will like either delete that message or like warn people, something like that. So we could build that in for Discord pretty soon as well. So yeah, keep your eyes out for that.
Yeah, that's awesome. I'm super hyped on that. I didn't even know if that was even a possible thing, but that's like really cool to be able to, have that added later. Because people FOMOing and wanting to mint something is like one of like the good ways to get scanned. But also, like I was saying, is I feel like Discord is such a prime example, and I think that's a problem that people have with Discord. Also, is that it's kind of like the wild wild west, and things like that can happen. People can even like copy your exact Discord ID, not the one that's in numbers, like the one they can do like a Unix like thing with it, and they can like alter it so that you
Mhm.
almost like can think that you're like, oh yeah, I'm definitely talking to Zero Cool or Nish, and like and then you're actually like not. That if you check like what their actual the ID is on it, it's completely different. So that's
Mhm.
definitely good to hear that you guys are working towards trying to help protect a little bit. If anybody out there that's hanging out, if you guys missed anything, if you want, I'm sure Nish wouldn't mind doing another little, just kind of little demo to show you what the Pocket Universe and all that stuff. And then if anybody is kind of like, excited to want to try out the premium version, then, drop your name into the chat, and then maybe Nish will be able to, hook some people up with some like free trials for the premium.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Happy to. I guess we can get maybe some names here, or like even an announcement post saying like, hey, like if you want like a trial for premium, just sign up and like all I need really is like a list of wallets and I can give access
Cool.
that way.
Yeah, I mean, probably the easiest way right now is just if whoever's out there listening wants to just drop your wallet that you'd want to have the premium on, and then we'll go from there. So anyone that's only the people that are listening and paying attention and stuff right now, they can um, you know get this opportunity, which I think is really cool, and I really appreciate that you're doing that for us, and that's very cool. And I think that some people hopefully will see how cool that how much value this actually brings, and we'll be all about it. And then because I feel like I want to push this more out there. I'd love to do like a spaces sometimes, just where people come in and just can ask questions and all that kind of good stuff, and we can really together. It's important. That's why like community is like such like the cornerstone for Web3, but it also is like this platform is only as good as we can help make it. You guys can only do so much, but you said that you have people that are like, will like be like, hey, check this link out. Oh, this Twitter handle is scamming. This mint is actually like a wallet drainer and stuff like that. And it's like not just you guys. It's like part of the community that's really adding to it, trying to help make this as good as it can possibly be, because it's like it can be as good as we make it to be. And I think that's like really a cool thing about Web3.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, I mean, keeping your friends safe is just like a core part of like any good community, I would say. So yeah, that's kind of like what we're helping with and like what we're gonna build for people as well. Just
Yeah.
making sure that everyone's safe.
And there's like one of the I used to get like tagged a lot in Gojira before Degenheim was around, and I would post stuff in warnings channels like, oh hey, like this is like a scam thing right there. And I remember so many times where I got a message from someone and being like, I saw your announcement just before I was going to to mint, and like thank you so much, you saved me, and that was like better than any kind of flip that I ever did on an NFT or anything like that. It was just like such a cool thing, like you said, keeping your friends
Mm.
safe. There's nothing more rewarding than that.
Yeah, honestly, that's kind of like what got me through like most of the days working on this. Like, it just feels so good just to have someone come and just drop into our Discord completely unprovoked and just say like, "Hey, like, thanks so much for saving me from X and Y mint today, which was a wallet trainer." Yeah, that kind of stuff. Like, I don't know, it's really it makes it really rewarding to work on something like this.
Absolutely. Cool stuff, man. If there's anything else that you want to add, or if anybody out there in the crowd or Aline or anyone wants to like ask any questions, like I said, is like this is your chance just to kind of ask those like quote unquote stupid questions to help keep you protected and keep you safe. So now's your chance. If not, then I can wrap up the recording. I can send it over to you and I'll post it on my YouTube, and we'll post it here for all the degens of Degenheim. And yeah, we'll work together to keep everyone safe.
Yeah, yeah, sounds good. Yeah, I'm happy to chat about any sort of security stuff, by the way. Like even outside of the transaction checking that we do, there's also like seed phrase, management and like making sure that that's safe as well. That's like a whole other area of safety that people need to be aware of. But I think it's like people are a bit more aware of that because everyone always says, "Hey, like keep your seed phrase safe" and stuff like that. So it's a bit more practiced there.
Yeah.
But yeah, happy to help with whatever security questions that
I just,
anyone has here
yeah,
or later on.
I think that just assuming anything, I feel like even if you're like, oh, like people understand seed phrase, like, like protection and all that kind of stuff, I feel like that's still like a good thing for people to have it run through. Because sometimes the problem is you're brought into the space by friends, and sometimes the friends don't always like have the best information. They're looking out for your best interests, but they don't always have the best information as far as like they could be giving you something and maybe we can talk a little bit more about that if there's some things that we could do like like help teach people about how to like take care of that, because some people like for instance you take a picture of the seed phrase like and you keep it on your phone. That's not always necessarily the safest way. Like the likelihood of that being compromised is like pretty slim, but like if anything happened to your phone and your phone was compromised, then your seed phrase is sitting right there for the for someone to take it. So
Yeah, yeah. I mean the key thing that I tell like communities most of the time when they want like an introduction to like how not to lose assets is like there are two main ways to get scammed. One is to like compromise your seed phrase in some way. The second way is to sign a malicious transaction that lets someone else steal your assets, right? And those are the two sort of big categories you need to watch out for. I guess Poke Universe helps with the second one, but for the seed phrase side, like you said, like keep your seed phrase safe. The big one going around these days is malware, so don't download some random like PTE game, for example, which has been a common scam that's gone around where they get you to download malware, steal your seed phrase that way. Use a hardware wallet if you can. I mean, it's like $100 or something, and it keeps your seed phrase off your computer and off anywhere that someone can steal from. That's like the ultimate sort of security tip on that side of things. Like, yeah, use a hardware wallet. Basically, don't worry about keeping your seed phrase safe if you have one of those. It is annoying to use because I mean I've used it, and if you're transacting a lot, it's quite annoying. But use it as like your vault, I suppose, where you have most of your assets that you're not going to be trading and using very much. I think that's like the key thing to remember on the seed phrase side. Just make sure you don't lose it. Hardware wallet helps you with like keeping your seed phrase safe.
yeah, absolutely. Well, I appreciate those little tidbits there. I definitely wanted to hear some more about it because it's like I said, some people think that they know and they really just like don't quite understand it, and you skip or not understand one little part of it, and you know, we already know what the end of that story is.
Yeah.
So always a shitty thing. But thank you so much, Nish. Like I don't think that I'm looking at the chat. I don't see anybody else asking any questions. Some people are just a little bit more nervous and a little shy, but I will post this recording for everybody out there. Thank you so much. I really, really do appreciate it.
Yeah, happy to be here and thanks for having me on. Yeah, I appreciate just like helping, protect people, I guess. Like I'm happy to like come back anytime as well if you need help with anything. So just let me know.
It's awesome. Aline, did you want to say something before we wrap this up?
Mic was covered again there. It was because I'm on my laptop. But no, I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much. It was actually awesome to hear a voice behind the extension that I've got on everything. Although I've not been minting a lot, and although I've not especially not been minting any Degen stuff, But yeah, I think it's just awesome that there is the dedication to it. And I'm going to say something that some maybe don't want to hear, but I think as much as you want to help, I think it should be rewarded in some sort of way very soon. So even if you have some sort of function or whatever about like tipping or anything like that, please let us know. And I will for sure do my part because I think you've helped a lot of people thus far. Like also from what I hear from friends. So I'd like to give something back at some point.
Appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Of course.
Yeah, absolutely. Like I said, that me and Aline, we actually have talked about it and we've done write-ups and really pushed it. And then I was just like, you know what? I want to reach out to them and just like kind of like connect and, do my part. You guys are doing your part by like providing, the platform, and I want to do my part by like helping you get into more communities and stuff like that. So if there's anything ever that I can help with, like I agree with Aline, I'd love to know about a tipping thing. But if there's any other communities or anything like that you'd like to do, or I would like to host a spaces where we could just like have people just ask questions and just kind of, feel protected. I want to do my part and try to help push it out there. So, because it's an amazing thing that you're doing.
Awesome. Thank you so much. And yeah, I really appreciate the support. It's really helpful. I honestly, like, the main thing we want to do is like protect more people. And yeah, thank you so much for helping with that.
Absolutely. Alrighty then. I guess I know that everyone else has got a busy day, and it's the weekend for some people, and I know it's your day's just starting. So hope you have a good rest of your Monday, and everybody out there, to all the Degens of Degenheim, thank you all for stopping by. Hit me up, tag me if you guys have any questions about Pocket Universe or about Degenheim stuff in general. I can get the questions to Nish, and we'll go from there. So, like, once again, I know I said it a bunch, but we do really, really, really appreciate you taking time out to come here and educate us. So, thank you so much again.
Awesome. Have a good one.
Alrighty, take care. I'll see you tomorrow.
Sweet. I'll get you a link, by the way, MBFC and Zero Cool. I'll get you both like a link to upgrade to premium for free for a month or so. Like, yeah.
Awesome.
Should I
Thank you
DM it? Should I DM it or send it over here? What do you think is better?
You could just DM it to me, and then I'll take care of it. Cool.
Okay, sweet.
Alrighty, take care.
Easy. Catch
Laters.
you later.